I greet you in the name of Hinduism. Usually when I open up the show, it's Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sairam, Jai Shri Ram, Swamiye Saranamayappa. But today I've been well educated by Dr. P.K. Maestri from the MSK temple on Starling Street in the Nature South, right? He actually educated me that there are a lot more other greetings that fall under Hinduism, and because I am English speaking, I should rather say greetings in the name of Hinduism. I'm your host Kimera Heeralal, and you can join us on this show live because we are streaming live in Lenasia South on Actonville TV, and this is The Journey, exploring Hinduism as a whole. If you want to interact with us in studio today, please do so with contact details which you'll find at the bottom right of your screen. We prefer you use the WhatsApp line as the phone is right in front of me, or you could use the bottom column where it says live chat. Now, if you haven't been able to do this already, please do subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon where it will allow you to select all, and YouTube will inform you as to whenever we go live. Okay, I know we usually go live at 5 o'clock, so I do apologize for going live an hour later as we have no control of our load shedding in South Africa. Alright, so today we're talking about the origins of Guru Purnima. Now, for those of you who know much about Guru Purnima, please don't be shy. I would like you to interact with us and tell us your opinion or your knowledge. Your wisdom would be appreciated on the show, as this show is about interaction and educating about Hinduism. For those of you who are missing my co-host Darshni Manikam, she is currently at this very moment writing an online exam. She's studying IT, so good luck to her. But fear not, you still got me throughout the entire show. We've got a nice lineup for you. We've got Dr. P.K. Maestri, who's going to help us out with the Guru of Purnima. We also got Shashi Gusain explaining what is Guru Purnima, and we've got a bit of entertainment for you guys. And you know, every single day we must teach you at least one lesson from the 108 principles of the value system from the Thirukural. So today is going to be a beautiful show, a wonderful show about, well, spirituality, as we are talking about the origins of Guru Purnima. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
Systems
Greetings in the name of Hinduism, everybody. Welcome back. If you just joined us, you are currently streaming live with us in Lanesha South on Actonville TV. This is the show called The Journey. It's about exploring Hinduism as a whole. Now, if you want to interact with us in studio today, please comment at the bottom of the screen as we are streaming live on YouTube and I believe also on Facebook as well. We are going through many other different platforms, but the most popular seems to be Facebook. All right. So today we're talking about the origins of Guru Purnima. All right, please forgive me from the bottom of my heart. I humbly apologize for my mispronunciation of any words, as I am English speaking. I do not speak Hindi, I do not speak Tamil, I do not speak Sanskrit. I am English speaking, so you will forgive me for my mispronunciations. But as long as the message gets through, then I'm doing my job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're talking about Guru Purnima. All right, now Guru Purnima, or some people actually say Purnima, it's actually a religious festival dedicated to offering respect to all the spiritual and the academic gurus. All right, so it's dedicated to offering respect to all spiritual and academic gurus. Now, it is celebrated as a festival in India, all right, Nepal, Bhutan, by Hindus, Jains and Buddhists. Now, this festival is traditionally observed to honor one's chosen spiritual teachers or leaders. Now, it is observed on the full moon day, known as the Purnima, and in the month of Ashada, known as June-July. Now, according to the Hindu calendar, this is what it says. The festival was revived by Mahatma Gandhi himself to pay tribute to his spiritual guru. Now, excuse me, so basically Srimad Rajchandra is the guru we speak of right now, and it is also known as Vasya Purnima, for it marks the birthday of Veda Vasya, the sage who authored the Mahabharata and compiled the Vedas. Now, if you look at it, the word guru, right? The word guru is derived from the Sanskrit root words gu and ru. So if you look at it, guru, when you speak about guru, let's look at the gu, the first part of it. Gu actually means darkness or ignorance, right? And the ru means dispeller. So therefore, a guru is the dispeller of darkness or ignorance, right? So let's look at the observances for a little bit, right? Now, the celebration of Guru Purnima is marked by the spiritual activities and may include the ritualistic event of Guru Puja in honor of the Guru or teacher. Now, gurus are believed by many to be the most necessary part of life. And on this day, disciples offer puja to pay, or should I say puja or pay respects to their guru. Now, in addition to having religious importance, this festival has great importance for Indian academics and scholars. And Indians, or should I say Indian academics, celebrate this day by thanking their teachers as well as they're remembering their past teachers and scholars. Now, as per Buddhist tradition, the festival is celebrated by the Buddhists in honor of the Buddha, right? And this is who gave his first sermon on this day at the Sanat, the Uttar Pradesh in India. And this is in the yogic tradition, and the day is celebrated as the occasion when Shiva became the first guru, as he began the transmission of the yoga to the Sapta Rishis. All right. So in Vedic Hindu tradition, the day is celebrated in honor of the sage Vyasa. Now, who is also seen as one of the greatest gurus in ancient Hindu traditions, and is also you could say, okay, so basically what I'm trying to tell you is that Vasya was not only believed to be born on this day, but also had started writing the Brahma Sutras. Now, what I was mentioning before, the sage Vasya, who is seen as one of the greatest gurus in ancient Hindu traditions, is a symbol of the Guru Shishya tradition. So Vyasa was not only believed to have been born on this day, but also to have started writing the Brahma Sutras, as I've said before. And on Asada Sudha Padyami, the recitations are the dictation to him and are organized on this day, which is also known as Vasya Purnima. All right, so I hope I'm saying this correctly. So the festival is also common and to all spiritual traditions in Hinduism, where it is an expression of gratitude towards the teacher by his or her disciples. Now, the Hindu ascetics and wandering sannyasis observe this day by offering puja to their guru during Chaturmas, a 4-month period during the rainy season when they choose seclusion and stay in one chosen place. Some also give discourses to the local public students of Indian classical music and also Indian classical dance, who also follow the Guru Shishya Parampara, celebrate this holy festival around the world. Now let's jump to Dr. P.K. Maestri, who gives us a very beautiful and in-depth explanation of the origins of Guru Purnima. Check him out.
Good afternoon to the listeners of Actonville TV. During the last few sessions of the program, we held talks on, in particular, the caste system. And numerous people had called me for and against our short talk on that day. So I think this is excellent what Action TV is doing here in our area, bringing Hinduism to the forefront. And that is the most important thing now that we feel Hinduism is getting neglected, not only in the nation south, but in the country as a whole. I'll take you further on that later during the program. Today's program, as Kimera tells me, is on Guru Purnima. First of all, Guru Purnima is a very, very long topic, and I'll start off with embracing it as such. I'm going to say Guru Purnima marks the birth anniversary of Veda Vaisa. You'll remember the second part of the name, Vaisa. It falls on a full moon day during the Ashada month as per the Hindu calendar. This year, Guru Purnima was celebrated on the 3rd of July. Vaisa is a revered sage portrayed in most Indian traditions. He is traditionally regarded as the author of the Mahabharata. All of you have heard about the Mahabharata. Maha also means big. Bharat means India. How befitting, the big India. The Mahabharata is one of the two major Sanskrit epics of ancient India and Hinduism, the other being the Ramayana. It narrates the struggle between two groups of cousins, the Kushetra war, and the fates of the Kaurava and the Pandava, princes and their successors. I must tell you that the Pandava dynasty was mainly from South India and mainly situated in Madurai. What is Purnima then? Purnima symbolizes the victory of light over darkness. In other words, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, from darkness to light, and represents the eternal cycle of death and rebirth, which is an integral part of the Hindu philosophy and beliefs. What is then the significance? Guru Purnima serves as a reminder of the eternal importance of knowledge, learning, and the revered gurus who selfishly share their wisdom with the world. As devotees come together to celebrate the sacred occasion, they express the gratitude and reverence to the invaluable role of the Guru. And this is what is going to be all about today's discussion, about the valued Guru. Again, valued, not just Guru, but this time enlightened Guru. And I'll take you through some brief examples of an enlightened Guru shortly. What should we do today? You wake up early in the morning and take the blessings of mother and father by touching their feet. Padam Namaskar. And they are the first Guru of life. This is one of the interpretations. Although I might beg to defer to the internet, wherein I would say Lord Shiva is the first Guru. Take a bath and worship the gods and goddesses. Recite the Guru mantra. Those who have their spiritual Guru should take their blessings by touching their feet. So as mentioned here, a spiritual master, and you're going to see, we're taking you through this narrow channel of an enlightened Guru. devotees of Guru Purnima is about serving all, engage in acts of kindness such as volunteering at a local shelter, feeding the hungry, participating in community service. By selfishly serving others, you embody the teachings of your Guru and spread the message of compassion and selfishness. This is exactly what the Actonville TV is doing. They've done it in the Benoni Springs, Villariza area, and now we are here in the West Rand, in Lenasia South, Lenasia Zakaria Park. So they are close to our hearts. They began the propagation of Hinduism here, and we slowly move it to other areas. So I appeal to each and every one of you to support these young people in their endeavors for the upliftment not only of Hinduism, upliftment of themselves and upliftment of the Actonville TV. They're here to guide us. We must be here to support them in cash or kind. In general, the priests in the temples conduct Abhishekam, Alangaram and Archana. And we're so gifted here today in our presentation that we have Guru Jain, governor from our area, and our international movement Tamil culture priest, who some 6 years ago was taken to India and he qualified as a priest. Also in our presence, we have an eminent person with us today, Guru Mogan Chelya, who does most of the lectures at the Kingfisher Science Center here in Lenasia South. So he's a well-known figure, and I'm happy to have him on the program as well. He can come in whenever he wants to. He can make any comments, whatever he feels like, or he can wait till the end when we will bring him into the program. So in general, the priests in the temple conduct the Abhishekam, you know what's that, the washing of the Murti, Alangaram, the dressing of the Murti, and the Archana, that is for you now to receive the blessing as a daily routine as governed by the Agama Shastras. That's what's Agama. Agama Shastras or Agama will mean a written down document wherein it states how to build a temple, how to create the Murti, and what praise and mantras you should do for the Murti. That's following the Agama principle. Safe to say that most of our temples in South Africa are not built according to Agama rules, because at that stage in life we were not so educated, and thank God that we had these religious centers, even if it just came up and if it wasn't near a river, if it wasn't focused on a particular planet, but we still have our religious institutions. And hopefully we'll be guided by Kimera and Andy as we go through Hinduism. Also included in the protocol is the conducting of home prayers, car prayers, weddings, funerals, etc. Although when it comes in particular to funerals, in India, a priest who does a funeral is not allowed to do the Abhishekam in the temple, and that topic is for another day. Our devotees noted these priests as gurus and bestowed all the allegiance to them. I will endeavor to address the scenario later in my submission. Also, the Rig Veda stipulates that they must pay the priest, or you must pay the priest for the services rendered, unlike an enlightened guru. Again, we'll go broadly on it a little bit later. Brahmanism has played a pivotal role in harnessing income for our devotees, that is, from the devotees' finances to the priests. They ensured that they mention that the priest must get paid as per the services rendered, and today they're saying that the priest should get paid as per AA rates. Our devotees are leading to decline in Hinduism, not in particular in the Lenasia South area, but around the country. And this was said by Professor Whittinger from the University of Durban Westfield, and he addressed it to the South African Tamil Federation, saying, "What are you doing about Hinduism in Chatsworth in particular, when 58% of the populace, of the Tamil populace therein, have converted and they are now church goers? What happened to the temples? What's happening? Why is there a decline?" The Siva baptism, now this is very interesting. the Shiva baptism that all must undergo. Firstly, when you are 7 to 8 years old, mainly it was the Brahmin children that underwent this Diksha ceremony. But now we are understanding from our Guru in India, who wrote the book Life Rituals. He says that all of us, all our human beings, especially Hindus, need to undergo Shiva Diksha. Shiva Diksha, I will explain it as we're going along. In Brahmanism, the education of a young lad is first by the father, and then he must follow the famous works in Sanskrit and follow daily rituals. That's a Brahmin child, that's Sanskrit. In a Hindu child or a Tamil child, Telugu child, the Shiva Diksha is to be bestowed by a guru with the grace of God and to get into the process of emancipation from the process of the cycle of birth and death. So these are the two differences. In the Sanskrit effect, the father is the first guru, and then the child is allowed to follow interesting novels pertaining to this type of diksha, and then he will recite rituals. The other way around is the child at the age of 7 or 8 is introduced to a guru, that becomes his guru until he continues the cycle of guru, and involved in the cycle of birth and death. We'll come back to that. I just want to add here, those people that are listening to Action Will TV here this evening, all of us, even me, I am now 67 years of age. I've never undergone the Shiva Diksha. We can still do it now. But you can't do it after you die. Because we need our souls to be liberated now whilst we are alive. In the origination of Guru Purnima, we need to elevate normal persons through spirituality reading, meditation, and yoga informally, and then formally through a more educated person in the field as dictated by the principle of the Saraj Marg. That's the topic we had yesterday, resulting in the total truth or love. So God is the total truth, God is love. So, the educated spiritual person climbs the ladder of knowledge, and at each stage, various other stages of enlightenment by persons now that are referred to as gurus. Then, regard must be given to the various 7 heavens, starting from earth. After the Shiva Diksha and placed in the hands of a guru, you'll be elevated spiritually through various gurus until an enlightened guru, one who has been commissioned by the Almighty to come to you, to serve you, until you become in communion with the Almighty. Whatever name you want to give to the Almighty is fine, as long as you remember the reason Almighty. As your soul progresses through the various heavens, various gurus are steering you to higher planes until you come into contact with your gods and goddesses who are elevated spiritually and can assist you to climb further upwards and can prevent you from falling backwards. This is an important fact. After you're passing over, I'm not calling it death, after you're passing over, you'll get to the first field or the first heaven called the astral world. And there also they've got a number of subsections, and you need to climb through all that and then go to the next section. And that's where the gurus in their different categories will hold your hand and take you slowly and elevate you. And as you get elevated, there'll be greater and greater gurus that will come into your soul to assist. The souls of gods and goddesses also require higher souls to allow them to climb higher. Did you know that? Even the gods and goddesses that you find in the temple or the books or the pictures, they also need an elevated soul to take them to a higher and higher plane, because above all of them, above the gods and goddesses, is the Almighty. I told you yesterday, the radiant, supreme light That's the Almighty. You need to become soluble with that, with the light, and never to return in the cycle of birth and death. Initially, on passing over, all souls are placed in the dark side of the moon, and they are called manas, M-A-N-E-S. So all the souls are present there, right? And the process of elevation or decline commences here. If the soul drops to hell, that's below the surface of the earth, that's called Pataloka, and its various layers, then you need assistance to climb back to earth, and then from earth back to the astral world, and continue the cycle again. So there is a hell, and there is paradise. All the heavens are all the different paradises at a different level. And again, on passing over, you go to the dark side of the moon again, and this is what all Guru Purnima is about. Again, Guru Purnima is bestowed upon all the enlightened gurus starting almost 5,000 years ago. From Lord Krishna, Hanuman, Baba of Shirdi, they are the avatars, status given by God. Jesus is included in this category as an avatar. An avatar here is defined as a person that God has sent in human flesh and blood to be amongst you and serve you. Because he has been appointed by God and is not born of a woman, basically God has placed some sort of fetus into a woman, and just before the child can be born, he planted the soul. Whereas in the human being structure is the other way around, from day 1 to the end of the 9th month. So that is about incorporating Jesus as an avatar, and we Hindus believe Jesus is an avatar. He lived in India for 18 years. He's learnt from Patanjali. He's learned from Paramahamsa Yogananda, and whatever Yogananda ji can do, Jesus can do. That's for another day, another topic. Now these souls, the enlightened souls, have 100% purity, and therefore some of them can fly. I'm sure you're laughing. Hanuman could fly. Krishna could fly. But I can't fly. The priests in the temple can't fly. Some of the enlightened souls can't fly. Why? I told you yesterday. Because the enlightened soul, after the 108 seeds was given rise to, they were 100% pure. And as we multiplied and multiplied and multiplied, we came to the stage where Morgan Chelya and Guru J, Governors, and I am, and together with 2 young people that are facing me, our souls are now 2% pure. So in other words, remember, 2% pure. In order to get back to Godhead and become soluble with Him, we need to be 100%. So therefore, all the heavens were created, and all the different levels of purity were created. That's why the enlightened gurus were there to help you to start climbing. And when you start climbing, you'll see you'll come to 25% in the 3rd heaven, and as you come to the greatest heaven, you are 90% and will become soluble with God, you're 100%. That's also the reason why I believe that you cannot pray directly to the Almighty. You need to be pure to pray to the Almighty. And that's why all the priests in the temples are there. Then you got the gurus, and then you got the enlightened gurus, and the ladder climbs until you become soluble. So in understanding that now, the status of enlightened guru, we need to state that some of them can possess duality. That means they conduct their earthly, domestic, and employment duties, and be in communion with God at the same time. Can you believe that? People who have a household a responsibility, they are in employment, and yet they are enlightened gurus. That is true, and it will be recorded in the Yogata Satsang Society of India, or the Self-Realization Fellowship, initiated by Sri Sri Paramahansa Yogananda, the author of the Autobiography of a Yogi, very famous book. He started from an affluent Calcutta family, and at the age of 19 began his discovery of spirituality, visiting various gurus globally, temples. He even went to see Mahatma Gandhi and others, until he was introduced to his guru, who was Sri Sri Swami Sri Yukteswara Giri. Now, Giri is a monk order. So there are various categories of the monk order, and one of it is the Giri. Giri will then mean mountain. Then this Yukteswara Guru or Giri, who was the guru of Sri Paramahamsa Yogananda, had another guru, another enlightened guru, and he was called Sri Sri Lahiri Mahasaya. Lahiri Mahasaya knew who God was. And he dictated to say, God's name is Babuji. Babuji is present in the Himalaya mountains in flesh and blood, living all alone in the icy mountains of India. Doesn't come in contact with people, as I say. Sri Sri Mahadeva or Maha Avatar Babaji, who is God in the making, is present in the Himalaya mountains for millenniums and millenniums to come. Babaji requested Paramahamsa Yogananda to expose the control of inhalation and exhalation, the technique of it. By this technique is how the SSS and the satsang groups of Paramahamsa Yogaji operates, and through that you will see God. It's a long topic, and if you're reading the autobiography of a yogi, authored by Paramahamsa Yogananda himself, you'll begin to understand inhalation, exhalation, how to control your breath, how to take the oxygen out of that breathed atmospheric pressure that you have within you, and take the oxygen and pass it to all your cells. Then you'll see no waning, you'll see no decay of the human body. And we said yesterday about caste system, only when there's no waning, there's no agelessness, then you are of a high caste. So those Brahmins who consider themselves to be high caste, I beg of you to think again. Now this technique of inhalation and exhalation is seeking God. It was taught to Jesus. It was taught to Patanjali. So Christianity and Hinduism have also some parts of their roots with Jesus. And Jesus learned these techniques from Hinduism. The church is not going to admit that. Guru Purnima originated, commences herein, and trickles down to the gods and goddesses, the enlightened gurus and the like, until the original guru and at the Siva Dikshe ceremony. Now, amongst the Tamil community, who are all supposed to be Saivites first, the path of Saivism follows the guru patterns of Saiva Dikshe. This is very important. They start off with the 63 saints, which are referred to as Nayamas. They have been bestowed by Lord Shiva on human beings who served the Lord or showed total devotion without questioning. Everything was about God. These are the 63 saints came about. Currently, the Tevaram, the Vaskam, the Arupa is based upon the four great saints, namely Trinyana Samanda, Trinavaskar, which is also called Upper, Manikavaskar, and Sundaramurti. This is the enlightened gurus, and they are in Saivism, and they everything to take you to God because they knew God. So in the Tevaram, currently the Tevaram and Tervaskam Arupa is based on the four great saints, and I named them to you. Other great saints can be Ramakrishna, Tiruvalluvar, Ramalinga Swamigal, Srilasi Pandrimali Swamigal, you got Swami Sivananda, Baba of Shirdi, Baba of Puttapati, right, and other eminent saints. Once we're there, quickly, I'd like to quickly just add on, with your permission, Madam, to say that Srilasi Pandit Swamigal is a reincarnation of Lord Muruga. And he came to South Africa by Dr. J. N. Reddy many years ago. And he visited the Sevaityanada Ishwara Alayam in Durban. All the people seated waiting for the Guru to arrive. And they had jingle bells, but no Guru. Half an hour later, the Guru picks up with the same sound of jingle bells. And he asked them, "Are you surprised?" They said, "Yes, Guru." He said, "I was here. I came to check everything and I went to get ready and come back again. So I leave it to you to decide, think of what I said." So, the great souls lived amongst the human race and spread the word of God and His greatness, and teaching us the journey of the soul. The Saiva Siddhanta Sangam pronounces that God, Guru worship, and praises to Him for being the ultimate goal to Godhead. The philosophy of Saivism, with particular reference to the starting, respecting the Guru of the temple, and following my earlier remarks, will lead you to higher levels in the heavenly structures. As the founder of the Paramahamsa Yogananda Ji Swamigal's missions in Washington and California, you learn all about this satsang. I'm going to briefly tell you about Sai Baba of Shirdi, who was born, well, there's a slight complication, they're saying 1838, we're not too sure, but he took Samadhi during October 1918. It's called the Shirdi Sai Baba. That's the name given to him. He was an Indian spiritual master and fakir, considered to be a saint, revered by both Hindus and Muslim devotees during and after his lifetime. Baba opposed all persecution based on religion or caste. He was an opponent of religious authority, Christian, Hindu, and Muslim. Baba preached the importance of realization of the self, that's you, your soul, and criticized love towards perishable things. His teachings concentrated on a moral code of love, forgiveness, helping others, charity, contentment, inner peace, and devotion to God. And Guru Sai Baba condemned discrimination based on religion or caste. So the same principles that he had was then followed or reincarnated into Baba of Puttapati. And you all know Baba of Puttapati. Many people in South Africa don't fully understand Shirdi Baba. So Baba is part and parcel of Shirdi, and he's taking the Sai organization forward with all the same claims as what Shirdi had. He had both Muslim and Hindu followers, but when pressed on his own religious affiliations, he refused to identify himself with one or two exclusions of the other. Now, he was 60 years old when he was recognized as a leader, as a saint. He led an ascetic life, sitting motionless mostly under a neem tree and meditating while sitting in the asana. Meditation we spoke to you about, and at length Actonville TV spoke yesterday together with Ms. Manikam regarding meditation. They even mentioned the next step would be yoga, and the different types of yoga. The highest in the yoga system will be Hatha Yoga, H-A-R-T-H-A yoga. Different types of yoga. So we cannot lead meditation and yoga by ourselves. In order to get the full value of both these denominations, we need to have a guru, and that needs another guru until you become enlightened guru. Guru Purnima is all that we are focusing on here today. In the mosque, he maintained sacred ash and gave sacred ash from the fire to his guests on their departure. The ash was believed to be a healing aesthetic properties, and he performed the function of a local hakim and treated the sick by application of the ashes. You've seen that in Puttapati, you've seen that with all the great gurus and rishis and sages in India. Unfortunately, South Africa, it will be very difficult for me to mention a sage or a rishi. But I want to quickly tell you about one quick name that comes to my mind. Durban, at the Muslim burial site, had a fakir who passed away or passed over. When the people in the South Coast were coming to his funeral in Durban, they saw him on the train. Bashapir passed over, is now seen on the train and asked, "But Fakir, we are attending your funeral." He said, "I'm also attending the funeral." Think about that very carefully. That focuses everything on an enlightened guru. That's an example of enlightened guru. In August of 1918, Shirdi Baba told some of his devotees that he would soon be leaving his mortal body. He knew. He knew. He was God sent. And he knew when the time comes ripe, God will send for him and he will return. He's not returning to phase away. He's returning to assist all of us. Then he preached Bhakta Yogi, Jana Yogi, Karma Yogi, which influenced all his teachings. We can go on and on about Shirdi Baba, but I'll close on Shirdi Baba today in saying, today because of Sai Baba of Puttapati, Sai Baba of Shirdi, has become places of importance in India and is counted as the major Hindu places of pilgrimage. The first Sai Baba temple in Puttapati and the Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba temple was built in 1922. Some people say it was in Maharashtra, others say it was in Chennai, or at that time Madras. So be it, but we are focusing on the enlightened Guru. Now you understand the essence of the origination of Guru Purnima, the Siva-Dikke practices and processes, and the experiences of the great saints, sages, which will all be called enlightened Gurus. Please allow me to criticize our local priests in misinterpreting their status. They cannot and never will be able to lift your souls after you passing over to the astral world or to any other world. So stop touching their feet in reverence. This exercise must be awarded to an enlightened Guru in the likes of the author of the Mahabharata. We named him to you, Vedayasa, the revered sage, is an enlightened Guru. Brahma Sri Siva Subramanya Swamigal of Durban is another enlightened Guru. And the Saiva Siddhanta Sangam was founded for him in BTC Derby Street, then into Arupakaragam in Chatsworth. So his name in South Africa is one of the great enlightened souls. And I thank you.
Mika Nandri, Dr. P.K. Maestri, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'll call him the president of the Meenakshi Sundareswara Koval, also known as the MSK Temple in Lenasia South on Starling Street. And that's where we're currently streaming our Actonville TV channel from, ladies and gentlemen. All right, as you can see what I personally sent through Facebook to Dr. P.K. Maestri, I told him that I adore Dr. P.K. Maestri. He's a very learned and kind-hearted man. Thank you so much for enlightening us every day on Hinduism. May all our Samis bless you in every way that you deserve. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, we are still connected to you guys. We are still streaming live. Yes, we are a little bit late, but hey, today we're talking about the origins of Guru Purnima. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
The ultimate accessory, the latest shiny thing, mesmerized. Trying to keep up, but never getting ahead in an endless cycle of spending. In this world of constant upgrades, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sairam, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Esaranamayappa. Well, good evening to everybody and greetings to everyone in the Hinduism culture. Welcome back. If you just joined us, you are currently streaming live with us in Indonesia South. If you just joined us and you are watching the show for the very first time, don't forget to like, share, and mainly please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already. I'm your host Kimera Heeralal, and you're currently watching The Journey, exploring Hinduism as a whole. If you want to interact with us in studio today, please do so on our WhatsApp line, which you'll find at the bottom right of your screen throughout the entire show, or you could use the bottom column. As you know, you can just comment at the bottom, whether you're watching it through Facebook or YouTube. It doesn't matter which platform, but yeah, we're currently streaming on many platforms. Alright, so today we're talking about the origins of Guru Purnima. If you missed the show, please click on this link a little bit later, or you can just rewind the show as it is live, and you can actually scroll back to see what I had to say, what Dr. P.K. Maestri had to say, and well, we're further going to see what London folk has to also say. But before we do, let's look back on a little bit of Hindu history, right? Now, let's look at now the origins of Guru Purnima, right? We spoke about what it is, what it's about, and its origination. Now, this day, let's talk about what this day was. Now, this day was the day when Vyasa, author of the Mahabharata, was born to sage Parashara. And Parashara, okay, so let me say this again, right? So this was an author of the Mahabharata, the Vasya, right? And this Vyasa was born to sage Parashara and fisherman's daughter Sadvati, okay? Thus, the day also celebrated as Vyasa Purnima. Now, the Veda Vasya did yeoman service to cause the Vedic studies by gathering all of the Vedic hymns extant during his times of dividing them into 4 parts based on their characteristics and use in rites. Now, he then taught them to his 4 chief disciples, Pela, Vasyampayana, Jaimini, and Sumantu. Now, it was the dividing and editing that actually earned him the honorific Vyasa. Now, Vyasa, if you look at it, it's to edit or to actually divide. That's what it actually means. Now, he divided the Vedas into 4 different parts, namely the Rig, the Yajur, the Sama, and the Atharva. Now, there's also a bit of Buddhist history towards this, but let's take a bit of a jump to London and let's see what Shashi Gosai actually has to say as in explaining what is Guru Purnima.
Namaste, I'm Shashi Gosai. A lot of people have asked me what is Guru Purnima. Let's not forget, Hinduism is a way of life, and we have festivals that are centered around relationships. And one such festival is Guru Purnima, which is dedicated to all the gurus and teachers who have mastered their subject and have imparted this vital knowledge and wisdom to their students. Students of classical music, dance, scriptures, spirituality, academia, sports, or indeed any other field dedicate this particular day to their teachers as a form of gratitude. The bond of the teacher and student is strengthened on this day. Guru comes from a Sanskrit word. Gu means ignorance or darkness, and Ru means the remover. So Guru is the remover of ignorance or darkness. A true Guru will break the karmic and the thought processes of the student and open up new visions and possibilities of life. A true spiritual Guru will get rid of the notions we have in our head and show us the true path to the ultimate truth and get rid of our desires in order for us to achieve our spirituality. It is celebrated on the full moon or Purnima in the Hindu month of Ashta, which normally falls in July or August. The moon is associated with our mind. On this particular day, the planetary alignment offers a very high frequency of light associated with love, devotion, and compassion. It brings out the best of spirituality within us. It is believed that even the angels or apsaras come from heaven to join in the celebrations. The day starts with disciples waking up with gratitude and contemplate what they've learned in the previous year. Fellow devotees, or what they call disciple brothers, express their solidarity so that they can help each other in the spiritual journey. A special puja or worship is done to honor the teachers. After a special mantra, colorful flowers and several types of food are offered as prasad to all the students or congregation. This ritual is called Guru Puja. Disciples recommit to guidance and acquiring knowledge throughout their lives. This helps them to refocus and sharpen their intellect. In return, the gurus give blessings for success and happiness to the students. The mantra that is recited on this day is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, which translates to Guru is the creator, Guru is the protector, and Guru solely is the destroyer of evil. Guru is the supreme God, so I bow upon him and pay my respects. This festival is celebrated by the Hindus because according to the Puranas, over 15,000 years ago, Lord Shiva became the first Guru as he began to impart the knowledge of yoga to Sapta Rishis who spread this throughout the world. These 7 basic different aspects of yoga is still used today. This day is also called Vyasa Purnima, as Hindus celebrate the day to honor sage Vyasa, the author of Mahabharata, who also started the Guru Shishya type of teaching. Ved Vyasa was not only born on this day, but also is believed to start writing the Brahma Sutras. He gathered all the Vedic hymns and divided the holy Vedas into 4 parts according to their subject matter. Priests recite and give discourses from these sacred scriptures as a homage to the enlightened teacher. Vyasa Puja is held in all temples, with havans and hymns, bhajans and kirtans performed with great devotion by all students. Buddhists celebrate the day in honor of Gautam Buddha, who gave his first sermon at Sarnath in Uttar Pradesh in India to his 5 companions who became enlightened. This established the Sangha, which spread Buddhism throughout Asia. On this day, Buddhists contemplate the 8 precepts of life. It's a special day for Jains, as it's believed that Mahavira, the 24th Tirankara, made Indrabhuti Gautama his first disciple. Today, many schools, colleges and universities have events where students thank their teachers, irrespective of their religious backgrounds. It's a time to re-establish connections and get blessings. Thank you. This is Shashi Gosai.
Shashi Gosai all the way in London, explaining to us in her version, in her way, what is Guru Purnima, which I don't disagree with. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Again, Dr. P.K. Mestri, thank you again for your wisdom. We had a full 32-minute segment just for you, explaining to us the origins of the Guru Purnima. Guys, don't go anywhere. We've got lots of entertainment coming after this commercial break. There we are.
You can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these, Nallis. But what's the point of looking like Injay game if all your money is on your feet and your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for Ikram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Namayappa. Welcome back, everybody. I greet you in the name of Hinduism. So if you just joined us, you're a little late, but hey, fear not, you can watch the show again by clicking on the link. And well, you can also rewind, as we are currently streaming live. We are live in Indonesia South on Atomville TV. You're currently watching The Journey, Exploring Hinduism, with myself, Kimera Heeralal, as your host, and you can join us in conversation by commenting at the bottom of the screen. Now, if you are watching this for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, share, and subscribe. Alright, as promised, before we cut to commercial, I did say to you guys that you're going to have a bit of entertainment. So tonight, we are having, Nalisha Govender, who is actually 4 years old, and tonight she's going to sing for us Siva Perumani. Check it out.
தீர்க்க நீதான்
Alicia Govender being coached by Deshan Styler Naidu himself, and they both were performing. Both were performing Siva Peramani. It was so beautiful, and she's so cute. I'm gonna eat it up. Okay. We will run a bit over time, but don't go anywhere. We are going to finish off our show as we do every single day. We teach the 108 principles of the value system from the Tirukkural, but we teach only one lesson a day. Today's lesson is at number 31, and that is cultivate thanksgiving and gratitude. Well, that's all the time we have for this evening, folks. So we'll do this again tomorrow, same time, same place. Actually, not the same time. We're going to go live at 5 p.m. as we are working against load shedding in South Africa. So please join us tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. on The Journey Show right here on Actonville TV. From myself, Kimera, Heeralal, Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sairam, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Namayappa. Good night, everyone.